Hello everyone, welcome to MVP Vishwakosha. Today we are discussing about 10th July 2025 current affairs. In that first point, that is about Israel's special target operation on Lebanon. Okay, that is special ground incursion in the southern Lebanon. That is the IDF initiated what it described as special targeted operations involving ground troops entering southern Lebanon, specifically in the Labuna and Jabalabad areas to dismantle Hezbollah infrastructure and weapons depots. Okay, these operations occurred despite the ceasefire broke in November 2024. The Israel maintained these were based on precise intelligence identifying underground weapons, sites, and command posts. Very important that in the exam they may ask what is that special targeted operation and all that is in Lebanon, that is Hezbollah's. Okay, it is by Israel, and then also that assassination of Hezbollah commander in the southern Lebanon, a senior Hezbollah commander, okay, was killed during the targeted operation. And also, Israeli officials confirmed the strike and reiterated their intent to continue eliminating pursued threats. Also, some of targeted airstrikes in the northern Lebanon, and also ongoing ceasefire violation and tensions in the area, and also some Hezbollah response and US mediation efforts will be there. And also, this is ceasefire of November 27, 2024 was intended to halt cross-border conflict and require Hezbollah withdrawal and Israeli disengagement. Yet, Israeli forces have maintained 5 border outposts and continued strikes into Lebanese territory, citing ongoing Hezbollah threats. Okay. This is about that recent issue with the Hezbollah and all. That is a special targeted operation, very important by Israel on Lebanon. Next is about recent Gujarat bridge incident, right, in Mahisagar. That is Gambhira bridge collapse in Gujarat. Okay, that is approximately on 9th July, right? That is slab of the Gambhira bridge over the Mahisagar river. Very important. Is it river name? Mahisagar river collapsed near Padra in Vadodara district, Gujarat. Several vehicles, including two trucks and a pickup van and SUV and auto rickshaw, plugged into the river. Also, a 43-year-old concrete bridge built in 1985 connected to Mujpur in Padra Taluk to Gambhira in Anand district, serving a crucial route between central Gujarat and Saurashtra region. Okay, some of the casualty and some of rescue update you can see, and also some of the response and official action. Rescue operation involved teams from NDRF and SDRF, fire brigade, police, and local authority across Vadodara and Anand district, and responder used heavy machinery to recover submerged vehicles and bodies from thick mud. And also, Chief Minister suspended 4 state engineers from roads and buildings department also. Okay, Prime Minister Modi announced executive compensation 2 lakh for each deceased family and 50,000 for each injured persons. Okay, from PM's National Relief Fund. Okay, very important that infrastructure and related issues and all that. Bridge had previously received maintenance, including repairs to bearing component, but resident and social activists have raised safety concern in 2022 itself. Okay, warning authorities about its deteriorating condition, and also expert suggest that collapse was likely due to structural fatigue and maintenance shortcomings, and also underscoring systematic risk in aging transport infrastructure. This incident follows Gujarat 2022 Morbi bridge collapse also, which claimed over 140 lives in the highlighted governance failure also. Very important. Some of that Gambhira bridge collapse has claimed almost 2 dozen lives, highlighting a critical failure in maintaining decades old infrastructure, right? And also preventive warning had been raised, but evidently unheeded. The government is now tackling the aftermath via compensation, suspensions, and broader inspection. The targeted raise urgent questions about systematic oversight and public safety protocols. Okay, Gujarat previous bridge disaster, including 2022 that Morbi tragedy, suggests a pattern demanding strict regulation on more robust accountability. Okay, this is about recent Gujarat Mahisagar bridge collapse. Okay. Next point, that is about recent report that India holds 8%, about 8% of the world's rare earth element. Okay, resource, along with means that India's strategic position and policy action is required. That is according to a Care Edge report, okay, that India controls approximately 8% of the world's rare earth element reserves, making the third largest holder globally with around 6.9 million tons of rare earth elements. Okay, very, very important. Rare earth element is very, very important in nowadays electronics items and all, right? And also, despite its rich reserves, India contribute less than 1% of global rare earth elements mining output due to minimal private sector involvement and developed refining capacity and regulator constraint tied to monazite, which carries a thorium also. Right, very important because this matters, right? Very because China still dominates in rare earth, right? Landscape holding estimated 69% of mining and 90% of refining capacity. Okay, very, very important because China dominates. So, however, projections suggested those figures will fall about 51% mining and 76 refining by 2030. But India reserves is strategically critical for high growth sectors, EVs, defense systems, clean energy, and electronics, which depends heavily on materials like neodymium, praseodymium, and disoprosium and Trebium. Okay, these are some reserves that EV and rare earth elements. The government strategically and policy response, that is a national critical mineral mission is there, right? Launched in 2025 with an outlay of 16,300 crore aimed at strengthening India's capabilities across the rare earth elements value chain from minerals exploration and to processing and recycling. And also some incentive and production subsidies will be there. Export restrictions to prioritize domestic use is there, and also private sector openings is there, and strategic global partnerships are there. Okay, very, very important. That is a recent report about rare earth element, that is 8%. Next is about that is Israel-Yemen Houthi conflict. That is ongoing conflict, right? Recently, you know that Houthi forces attacked two commercial vessels, right? For that, Israeli airstrike against the Houthi targeted. Israel conducted airstrikes on multiple Houthi-led locations in Yemen, and also including the ports and all. Okay, Israeli officials stated that ports were used to transfer Iranian weapons to the Houthis. Okay, the strike, followed by Houthi attack on Red Sea vessels, and represented Israel's first aerial campaign against Yemen in the month. Okay, and also Houthi missile attack towards Israel. In response to Israel strike, the Houthi launched a ballistic missile targeting Israel, including one near that airport, Tel Aviv, and also Israel air defense intercepted the missile, and no casualty were reported. And many Houthi missile hit close to terminal area and near airport, injuring 8 people. And okay, very, very important. That is Israel Houthi conflict and Yemen, and all that is very, very important in the Middle East. Next point about recent, that is about Nimisha Priya case, right? An Indian nurse from Kerala facing imminent execution in Yemen, right? That what is actually background is Nimisha Priya originally from Kolangode in Palakkad, Kerala, moved to Yemen in 2008. Okay, she started a clinic in 2015 with the Yemeni partner Talabo Abado Mehdi. After dispute over finance and alleged abuse, he kept her passport. She attempted to reclaim it by sedating him. The sedative reportedly led to his overdose and eventual death in July 2017. She was arrested in August 2017. So this tried and convicted under Yemeni law. Priya received a death sentence in 2020, upheld an appeal in late 2023. So due to this, many authorities have scheduled Nimisha Priya execution from July 16, 2025. So the Indian embassy in Yemen has clarified the death sentence was handled by the Houthis-controlled judicial system in Sana'a and has not been ratified by internationally recognized Yemeni president. Okay, other Indian officials, including that Minister of External Affairs, assert that no formal execution order has yet been issued to prison authorities, despite rumors circulating. Okay. Very, very important that diplomatic and legal effort will be there, right? So all those things and some of that laws in the Yemen and all. So this is about Nimisha Priya case, that is Kerala nurse convicted of murder faces imminent execution in Yemen. Okay. Next news about Kharai camel. That is it is also called a rare swimming camel, native to Gujarat's Kutch coast. That is heard that 33 endangered Kharai camels from Singash village were grazing on mangroves near Kalabar Tapu of Jamnagar's coast. They inadvertently strayed into shallow sea waters and got trapped by rising tides and strong currents. A coordinated rescue led by Padinar Marine Police, local herders, and villagers successfully brought all camels safely to shore. Okay, very, very important. Okay, that is camels, that is habit and conservation crisis and all. That Kharai breed thrives in small mangrove covered iceland along with the Gulf of Kutch, swimming up to 3 kilometers, reaching grazing areas, and also they feed on salt tolerant plant like chair, lance, and culture. Okay, despite that, National Green Tribunal drives from 2019 and 20 illegal salt pan expansion and mangrove destruction continue with mangrove cover and Kutch shrinking from approximately 4,084 hectares in 2018. Okay, just by now it is 1,312 hectares by 2023. Okay, all this is very, very important. That is Kharai camels also very, very important, recognized by National Bureau of Animal Genetic Resource as India's ninth camel breed. Their unique ability to swim and graze on coastal mangrove sets them apart, and they are managed by traditional community including Rabri and Fakirani Jat pastoralist. Okay, very, very important, and also that is a recent rescue and drowning incident and decline in mangrove areas and government promise and legal mandate, and that is a decline in camel population and all. Very, very important. That is about Kharai camels. Okay, there is some news in Gujarat. Next is about recent that Prime Minister Narendra Modi's honor from Namibia. Okay, during his historic state visit to Namibia, the first by an Indian Prime Minister in 27 years, PM Modi was conferred the Order of Most Ancient Welwitschia Mirabilis, the country's highest civilian decoration. The honor was presented by the President. Okay, Modi is the first Indian leader to receive the award. This marks his 27th international award since assuming the office in May 2014 and the fourth civilian medal bestowed upon his during the current multi-nation tour, and also diplomatic visit, that highest accumulation of a five-nation tour, right? South-South cooperation and expanding ties. Yes, he and Namibian president signed MOUs across defense, digital technology, and critical minerals, healthcare, agriculture, and education. Especially in digital technology, that is UPI and all. Okay, a standout moment was Modi address joint session in the Namibian parliament with the drew to standing ovation and chants of Modi and Modi. Okay, so this is very important. That is a strategic outlook that all this iconic Namibian desert plant has two classes and all, right. So very, very important Indian Namibia relationship and all, very, very, and that honor is very, very important. Okay, Namibia's top civilian honor. Okay, this is about a recent Prime Minister Namibian visit. Okay. Next is about recent news about Japonica rice. Okay, that is India's CRISPR, that is National Institute of Plant Genome Research. New Delhi have successfully used CRISPR Cas9 gene editing. Gene editing topic is very, very important for exam perspective on Japonica. Okay, that is cultivator Nimbon Bere to improve phosphate uptake and yield. The targeted editing removed a 30 base pair repressor binding site. Okay, that normally limits the transporter. Okay, the result will be 20% higher yield with normal phosphate use, and also up to 40% yield improvement using only 10% of standard phosphatic fertilizer. Okay, very important. That is 20% higher yield with normal phosphate use. Also up to 40% yield improvement using only 10% standard phosphate fertilizer. So this addition created no foreign DNA with the no detectable of target effects, making it a promising eco-friendly innovation for phosphorus poor soils like those common in India. This could significantly reduce India's reliance on phosphate imports and all, and also boost food security and right. Japan's supply price crunch raise export opportunity also. Its Japonica rice shortage and soaring prices in 2025. Japan is exploring imports to bridge the gap. India exporters have entered talks with Japanese embassy, focusing sticky rice varieties. Okay, that is Japonica. India's northeast produces varieties like Johor rice, which may be suitable through matching the exact quality of milling freshness, and Japan's demands remains a challenge. Okay, very, very important. That is Southeast Asia steps and all, Vietnam, Thailand target that Japonica rice. Okay, all that is very, very important. That is about recent news about that is Japonica rice. Okay. Next is about recent news about submarine, that is extended range anti-submarine rocket ERASR. Okay, that is Navy's anti-submarine warfare. Okay, successfully user trials completed. Okay, the Indian Navy conducted rigorous sea trials. Okay, from INS Kharai, the Kamarota class ASW corvette. A total of 17 rockets were tested, fired at varying ranges and all performance metrics, including range accuracy, electronic time fuse functionality, and warhead deterioration, was successfully met. Okay, very, very important. That extended strike range approximately 8.5 kilometer compared to 5 kilometer older Russian origin. Okay, and also twin motor propulsion is there, electronic time fuse is there. There is also indigenous development and industry involvement is there, right? DRDO labs in Pune and all involved in it, and also production partner, that is Bharat Dynamics Limited, Hyderabad, and Solar Defense Aerospace Limited, Nagpur. Okay, that is in Make in India Defense Initiative. That is very important, strategically important, right? Frontline induction. That is ERASR is expected to significantly enhance India's submarine kill power and maritime deterrence. Okay, that is, will boost the India's Navy ability to detect, track, and neutralize underwater threats and all. Okay, this is allies with broader defense modernization efforts. The Navy is also inducting 16 indigenously built ASW to corvettes. Okay, very, very important. That is about extended range anti-submarine rocket. Okay. Next point, that is about recent, that is news about carrying capacity. Okay, that is government driven carrying capacity assessment effort, that is by Uttarakhand government. Okay, very, very important. Recently, that Uttarakhand government, that is Wildlife Institute of India, carrying out year-round carrying capacity studies, pilgrimage destination Chardham shrines and Hemkund Sahib Gauring summer, monsoon, and winter season. The holistic monitoring follows 2024 NGT directives and aims to assess for footfall pressure on fragile ecosystem. Okay, about 10,000 feet, right? So all this are very, very important. That is, IIM Rohtak submitted preliminary report in January only 2025 under reviews by state agency. Until finalization, authority continue to manage pilgrim inflow. Okay, and via online registration holds during peak periods. And also NGT summoned the Uttarakhand Chief Secretary in April 2025 to explain compliance with its order and share a clear action plan, including regulation of pilgrim vehicles and mole handles. Okay, carrying capacity studies in hill cities and urban destination is very, very important. That is, Uttarakhand has completed carrying capacity assessment for 6 key urban tourist centers: Nainital, Mussoorie, Haldwani, Almora, Pauri, and Champat. Okay, these were conducted by SPA Delhi, analyzing water supply, waste management, urban mobility, and tourism load. Results are scheduled for public release soon. Okay, this is very, very important. Multi-state NGT order of March 2021, calling two carrying capacity studies across Himalaya and hilly destinations, with Uttarakhand being the active participant. Okay, very, very important. From that is political leadership from CM and all has repeatedly emphasized the needs to assess capacity not only at shrines but also entire pilgrim routes also, including traffic volume and support infrastructure. Okay, very, very important. He also promoted capacity planning for towns impacted by rapid development and all. Okay, example Joshimath, and significant commitment to halt control and all. Tourism numbers and policy changes. CM highlighted the tourist footfall in the state 7 to 8 times higher than its resident population, emphasizing this as primary driver for needing structured capacity assessment and environment first policy. Okay, very, very important. That is very important, right? Environmentally sensitive infrastructure planning is required. Judicial enforcement, that is NGT, an integrated planning model is important. This is related to recent Uttarakhand carrying capacity recently in news. Okay. Okay, that is about 10th July 2025 current affairs. Okay, thank you. Support me for further videos so that I can analyze all the topics required for UPSC and all competitive exams. Thank you.